Today's video is brought to you by Thor Media and the House of Rags. So make sure to check out thehouseofrags.com. Use code I'mJoshV to save 10% across the board on some exclusive brands like QUIVR, Detail Co, Clean by Pan, and also my new brand, QUIVR. So I partnered with the House of Rags to be my exclusive distributor for my brand of products, QUIVR, right? Basically, they're gonna be able to get it to you guys in other countries, Canada, the UK, all that kind of good stuff. I didn't have the capability or know how to do that without them, so I'm very, very thankful to them. Again, thehouseofrags.com. I'm Josh V for 10% off site-wide. So I wanted to make today's video to talk about the brand new release of my QUIVR branded hot coat ceramic detail spray. I did a video recently on this on my channel, talking about the use case, how I use it, what it's good for, all that kind of good stuff. And there were some questions to that, right? So I wanted to address those here today for you guys. I pulled 10 questions from the comments of the initial video. A lot of them were kind of duplicate questions, right? So I tried to be as specific as I could. Got 10 questions that we're going to address here. So hopefully kind of create some clarity on this. Really quickly, if you didn't see that initial video, just let me tell you a little bit about this product. I created it for myself. So I am a professional detailer. I still operate my business the majority of the time as a mobile detail setup. I'm not always in the best situation, right? Sometimes I'm working directly in this, out in direct sunlight. Hotter conditions, especially in the summer, obviously. I needed a product that was going to be incredibly easy to apply, and that would work in a few different situations, right? It is a ceramic infused product here, so we're getting tons of hydrophobics and protection out of it. But honestly, for me, the biggest thing is price and the ease to apply. And this stuff delivers that insanely well. Extremely easy to apply, 3 different ways. So if you didn't see that initial video, go check that out. It's on my channel, I'm Josh V, and you can see that in all of its detail. But with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the questions. I have screen captures of them on my phone here, so I'm just gonna pull those up. And let's just jump right into it. So the first one here says, great work, Josh. Would you say the QUIVR Hot Coat Ceramic Spray would be safe to use every time I wash a vehicle, which is about once a week, or would it accumulate too much product? No, absolutely. You can definitely use it in every wash. It stacks on itself, no problem. You're not gonna have any loss of production or anything like that, or effectiveness. Now, the good thing about this product is you don't have to use it every time, right? It's got great longevity. We'll get into that here in a little bit. But yes, for me personally, usually what I do is, I prep a car properly, apply it, and I usually apply it as the car is wet. Spray it on, rinse it off, give that initial kind of coating to it. Then I'll go ahead and dry it off. And then as my final step, right, I go around with a quick detailer, and I'm using this for that because, again, it's so easy to work with. There's no hazing, no streaking, anything like that. Spray it into a microfiber towel, do my final wipe down. It's kind of stacking protection right away, and then you're good to go. From there, for my maintenance washes every week, typically I'll just do my basic wash, rinse, and then as I'm drying the vehicle in my final step, that's where this goes back into the microfiber towel, final wipe down to make sure everything's perfect. Even just with that little bit of effort, we're adding more protection. All right, that is question number 1. Thank you very much for that question. Question number 2, can you use it on an already ceramic coated vehicle? Thank you, love your channel. Okay, yes, 100%. That was something I stupidly did not cover in my first video. Yes, you 100% can use this on a ceramic coated vehicle. You can use it as a standalone, or on a ceramic coated vehicle as a topper. Great sacrificial layer on top to be able to kind of help protect the full-blown ceramic application that's underneath it. So great product for that. Yes, you can definitely use it on top of your ceramic coated vehicle. All right, guys, number 3 here that I took a picture of it's more of a comment, concern, more than a question. Basically says, seeing how many people have come out with their own products in the last 2 years, it's insane. However, I agree with people. Josh, you give us a reference that you're not BSing. This is my favorite. Okay, anyway. Yes, I am not BSing. There's no reason for me to be anything other than honest and how I am in real life with you guys. And I totally agree. There have been an absolute silly amount of products that have come out. Especially, there's so many good products out there. More and more keep coming out. The benefit of that is it keeps everyone fighting against each other and trying to create the best product possible. And in the end, really the consumer wins, right? The guys that are, or the professionals that are out detailing cars, they're gonna be able to get the best products at the best price because all this technology, all this advancement has come into this segment. Now, with that said, again, yes, there's a million products out there. And what did I design this for? I designed it for myself, for my needs as a professional mobile detailer. Again, something super easy to apply, that works in direct sunlight, that's easy to use. In situations where I get into the summer months, starts getting really, really hot. You do have to modify the way you use a product, right? If the panel is hotter than it normally is or whatever else, spray the panel down, cool it down a little bit. Usually in those hotter situations, I'll use a less amount of product, spray it in and buff it in. If you have too much product on there and the panel is hot, obviously it can flash really, really quickly. So you just have to work that balance. I made this product for me. I didn't really care about every other product out there. I just wanted something that was specifically made for my needs, that the good news is I think will translate to pretty much everyone else as well. As many times as it's nice to work in your garage, at least for me, the majority of the time, I'm not working in a garage. I'm working outside. So this product is fantastic for that. Will it work well in the garage? Obviously, if it's that easy to use outside, it's gonna be an absolute delight indoors as well. Okay, next question is this okay to use on glass and trim? 100% yes, especially when you're using it, is either as a drying aid or as a rinse, spray on, rinse off. You're spraying it, right? You're gonna overspray it. It's gonna go on the glass. It's gonna get on trim. The good news is all it's gonna do is give you that hydrophobic property on those surfaces as well. It works great on glass, works great on trim. So yes, totally safe there, no worries. Paint, glass, trim, wheels, whatever you need. All right, now the next one I took a screen capture of, guys. I'm not gonna put the name because it's not necessarily a negative comment, because it is a valid comment for sure, but I just don't wanna include the person's name in case there's any blowback. It just says, never trust YouTubers. Time and time it ends up being a scam or half the quality of the name brands while being overpriced. And that is, I get it. I absolutely get it. I was actually very, very hesitant to come out with chemicals. I'm all on board about my pressure washer and all that kind of stuff, accessories. That's where I live 99.9% of the time. I really, really enjoy pressure washers. It's weird, I get it. I was hesitant to come out with a chemical brand because there has been so much influx of brands, right? With that said, I didn't make honestly, my initial production of this, the reason I did it wasn't for the masses, right? It was for my personal needs, like I explained, in my detailing business. And I wanted to make that, because I do believe in the product so much, I wanted to make it available to everyone. So if you don't want to buy it, no harm, no foul. I get the hesitation, no worries. I just wanted to address that. I get it, I totally get it. As far as like scams from detailing YouTubers, I don't know of any off the top of my head. However, I'm a one-man show. I make videos with a tripod setup, and I don't watch a lot of other detailer YouTube content, to be perfectly honest with you. I do watch some, but not a ton of it. So I don't know of any of those off the top of my head. However, I will say, I get like Facebook ads and Instagram ads. There are definitely some products there that promise the absolute world and don't deliver on those. They're run by great marketers, like no harm, no foul there, fantastic marketers. I think the products are decent. They're just not exactly what they're being sold as, in my personal opinion. So I get that part of it as well. But with that said, if you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. No harm, no foul. I appreciate you. I appreciate the comment. I totally get it. All right, moving on to the next one. Okay, it says, I've tried numerous spray-on, rinse-off ceramic sprays. I still think Tech 582, that's Technician's Choice Ceramic Detail Spray, is my favorite. Looking forward to trying yours. How would you compare it to that? Longevity is not its strong point, but it's like $35 to $40 a gallon. Yes, 1000%, nailed it on the head. Technician's Choice is a fantastic product. I absolutely love it. I've used it for a very, very, very long time. I have to be honest, that was the ease of use of that product. Very, very easy to use. Was one of my kind of like the main points that I was working with the chemist said it has to be as easy to use as that. It's a great product. So I wanted this to replicate that. I wanted it to be very, very easy to apply. Again, the difference here with this product is the longevity, right? So, well, okay, so longevity-wise, the chemist told me based on, again, I'm not a chemist. I'm a use case guy, right? I'm looking at the use case for my personal needs. The chemist told me up to a year of protection out of this product. I don't like to oversell anything. I'm telling you 3 months and you're solid. The good news is it's so easy to apply that like like I said, my use case earlier where I spray it on, rinse it off, and then every wash I'm using it as a quick detailer. Again, that's stacking more protection and just extends that longevity out more and more and more. So I'm not having any issues there. Let's see here. What was the other point? Let's see here. I had something else I wanted to say about this. What was it? Technician's choice. Yeah, fantastic product. I absolutely love that stuff. Now, price-wise, when we're talking about Technician's choice, they sell it in a 16 ounce or a gallon. The 16 ounce is equivalent price per ounce to my 32 ounce bottle. When we get into the gallon size, yes, theirs is about 10 bucks cheaper or so. But again, from my experience, the longevity out of this product is its amazing point. Also, this is purely anecdotal, visual. I didn't do any test because I could use a gloss meter and all those things, but those aren't always a good representation. Just anecdotally, from what I'm seeing from this product, it adds an extra pop to the paint. It looks phenomenal. I love it. I use it on my customer's black Lincoln Navigator all the time. He actually just had me over to his house, and he mentioned that someone had stopped him out on the road, and they asked if it was a custom color, which I don't know. He's just being generous. He's a super nice customer of mine, right? He's being nice, but I was happy to hear that someone else is noting it's an extra pop out of the paint. I love it. Fantastic product. So is Technician's Choice. Again, I love that product, and yes, that was an inspiration to me for this, especially with the ease of application. Moving on to the next question. It says, congrats, I called it the year of the quick detailers. Yeah, fair enough. Is this a towel clogging formula used as a drying aid or lower in SiO2? Yes, it will clog towels. If you're using it as a drying aid, which again, in that initial video I made, I explained I personally don't use it as a drying aid most of the time because I don't like, because the protection in it, right? You're drying it off and that protection is now going into the towel as well. It's getting embedded into the fibers. And then when you go to use that drying towel again, it's rejecting the water instead of absorbing it in. So yes, it will clog it. However, just using a good towel wash product will clear it out of your towel. So no worries there, it will wash it out. But again, for me as a professional detailer, sometimes I'm drying a car, the car's all clean, dry it off, I'll let the thing air dry and I'll use it on the next vehicle if it's all clean. And if I were to use this as a drying aid and then let that dry and then go to use it on the next car, I would definitely see the negative impact of it not absorbing the way it should. So if you're gonna wash between each use, no worries, but yes, technically it will clog the towel. All right, now the next question I think is a very, very fair one that I often overlook because I've been in the detailing industry for 20 years. Sometimes I kind of highline things and forget that some people are new to this industry, right? So this person wrote, I'm new to detailing. Is this product a ceramic coating? If your vehicle hasn't been ceramic coated, can you use this to coat it or is it just a topper? Yes and no, right? But yes, so it is ceramic infused, right? So we have ceramic protection in this product. Is it as high concentration as like a traditional little glass bottle of ceramic coating? No, right? When you do that, when you increase the amount of the active ingredient, it does make it harder to apply, but then you get longer longevity and all that kind of good stuff. This is a happy balance between the two. You can use it as a standalone product and just use it all the time. You're gonna continually add more protection to it. For me personally though, yeah, like if I'm talking to my customers, I still recommend to them that, yeah, we should do a full-blown ceramic coating, and then this is the amazing product as a topper to maintain that coating. However, if you don't have the money to spend on a full-on traditional ceramic coating, this is a great way to do that and get a lot of the effects of a full-blown ceramic coating at a fraction of the price and super, super easy to use. So no, it's not the same as a traditional full-blown ceramic coating, but you do get the benefits, easy to apply, doesn't last as long as those. So there you go. All right, next question. If buying by the gallon, can or should this be diluted or used at full strength? This product is made to be used at full strength, right? So that's the answer. It's made to be used at full strength. Can you dilute it? Now, when you use it as a spray on rinse off or as a drying aid, you're applying it to a wet panel. That is gonna dilute the product a little bit right there. So if you wanted to dilute it and use it as your quick detailer, it's not my recommended way, but I'm sure you're still gonna get great results with it. So you can play with it, try it out. For me though, personally, I recommend full strength to get the most out of the product. All right, and the last one I have here is kind of a loaded question. There's kind of a lot of questions. So it says, hey Josh, I have a couple questions. Can you put this in a foam cannon and spray it on like that, or do you just suggest a spray bottle? Again, when we're using it through a foam cannon, I've never tried it, so I don't know for sure yet. I'll play with that. But because when you're using a foam cannon, water is also coming through and mixing with the ratio, you're going to be diluting that considerably in that situation. And you're also going to be using a lot of product. So that's not, I wouldn't recommend that just for price and all that. And because it's diluting it down probably too much depending on the foam cannon and pressure washer setup you're using. So I would not recommend a foam cannon, but I will play with that and see how it goes. All right, let's see here. If you get a gallon, can you dilute it? And how much dilution? We talked about that already on the last question. And then also, should you clay the car and everything before you apply this? Let's see here, that's it. So yes, ideally to get the most longevity out of any product, you want it to adhere to the vehicle properly. So a proper decontamination of the vehicle is best, right? Whether it be a clay treatment or iron removers, whatever else, you just want the surface to be nice and clean before you apply it. However, with that said, you still get phenomenal performance even if you don't go through the whole step process, especially if you have a car that you've maintained well. It's not ceramic coated, but you've used kind of all your knowledge and keeping this thing protected. Yeah, you can go straight into this stuff. You're still gonna get that amazing result right away, especially if you have any question of if it's gonna be lasting for you, if the vehicle's too contaminated. My biggest indicator is I'll leave the panel wet, right? Leave that flooded, spray it on there. If it doesn't immediately show the water starting to break up and separate and try and fall off, then there's probably too much contamination in your paint, right? It's just not getting able to set in there as well as it should. So in that case, yeah, do a prep, a full prep wash. Otherwise, if you seeing it separate, you may not get the full longevity out of it as you would with a completely deconned vehicle. But again, the ease of use of this stuff, spray it on, you're good to go. It's easy to use. And again, 3 different ways. Rinse the vehicle, or wash the vehicle, rinse, spray it on, rinse it off, then dry, or use it as a drying aid, or use it as a spray into your microfiber towel, buff it in like a normal quick detailer would be. Again, I talked about it in the other video on my channel. My personal favorite way to use this is kind of a 2-step method. I wash the vehicle, get it all done, rinse, do my final rinse on it, spray the product on, rinse again, then I go and dry. So I'm not using it as a drying aid technically, even though when I rinse it, right, that's kind of spreading the product and getting it to come off, all the excess of it. Then I'll use my drying towel, clean everything up. The goat towel from the House of Rags, phenomenal towel, guys. Definitely check that one out. I love it. Super plush, twist loop towel, phenomenal. Anyways, with that said, I get it all set up like that, right? Now I added that first layer of protection, and then I'll come back across, spray it into my microfiber towel, and do my final wipe down to pick up any streaks from water drippage or anything like that. And you're just stacking it on top of itself, getting phenomenal performance. So that is it, guys. Those are the notes I wanted to talk about on this product. For all of you that do have hesitation, another YouTuber, I totally get it. That's a fair comment. But again, I created this product for me and made it available to everyone. This wasn't a product that in my head I'm like, oh, how can I market this to everybody and not use it, right? This is my favorite go-to product for quick protection, and also even just as a quick detailer, I don't carry anything else now. This is my quick detailer that I use. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope that video helps you. Thank you so much to the House of Rags. Again, guys, go check out thehouseofrags.com. I'm Josh V, gets you 10% off. I will have this available on my site eventually as well. And that brings me to one last thing that I wanted to note. Some people I saw in the comments were complaining about shipping costs, and I get that too. But shipping is just, I operate my own detail supply site as well, dtlrsupply.com, and shipping is expensive. These shipping companies make, I don't know, man. They must make so much money, because sometimes I'll be calculating, I'm like, how is it this expensive? I get it, it is. We live in a world now where we're all kind of used to Amazon's, 2-day free shipping kind of thing if you're on Prime. So seeing shipping costs hurt more, and that's fair. So again, if you're local to me in my area, I will have it available here. We can even arrange time for you to come pick it up. Or if we're in this vicinity, shipping may be cheaper for you from my site just because it's closer, you know, depending on that. But otherwise, the House of Rags has it available now. I don't have it yet available on my site. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure to like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the House of Rags channel as well, and we will see you guys on the next one.